Welcome to Geek Speak Live.
Hello, Geek Speakers, and welcome to Friday night here at... Well, I haven't got the... I'm out of breath just from that. Eh? We are here at... Where are we at, Ginge? We are at Fantastic... Comics! Oh, boy, I'm fucked.
We're done. That's
That's it,
Cool.
end of the show. We're off. Hello, big fella.
Hey, mate, how are you?
I'm fantastic. My co-hostess with the mostest, Mr. Wade Copson.
Wait, comes on the pots and pans? Thank you very much.
He is the bomb.
Oh, stop.
The bomb.
We have some audience members already. G'day to Paul. G'day, Scott. How you doing?
Why, hello.
Have you combed your hair?
Who, me?
Paul asks.
Yes. No. Kind of. Maybe.
Oh, I'm exhausted. What's going on here?
It's because we're getting old.
Whose idea was that?
That could have been me. I just thought we'd mix it up a little bit tonight because, you know, why not? And, you right?
Laura said...
It's because I'm Batman.
Laura said you've been practicing that, haven't you? No, we kind of made that up on the spot.
It's the Geeky Brothers from Maniacs. How good does that Animaniacs try? I know we talked about it last week, but I've watched it again and I was like, I can't. I know Scott at home, he said last week he was a little bit about it, but it is the original voice cast back for it. I'm excited.
The animation looks... Well, the characters look exactly the same as they did. I did notice that they've changed their feet a little bit. That's it.
I must admit, I'm channeling a bit of Big Kev. Remember Big Kev?
You're excited!
I'm excited! Remember him?
Yes, I did.
He's not with us anymore.
I swear to God. Swear to me!
Still one of the worst Batman. No, well, actually, you know, is he one of the worst Batman on the big screen?
There was George Clooney.
Is he worse than George Clooney?
Well...
I think I enjoyed George Clooney a little bit more than I did Christian Bale as
Really?
Batman. Yeah, I'm
really?
just gonna put that out.
No.
I'm just going to put it out
He
there.
never pulled a credit card out.
Not that we saw.
Oh, Laura meant the soundboard. You've been practicing the soundboard.
Oh, yes. Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Ixnay on the board say.
We are, tonight, our Geek Eats. My
Yes.
lovely wife got us these. Ginge, what are they?
Smith's Duo.
Duos. The Duos. Is it cool?
And
Duo.
from what I understand, they've just grabbed 2 flavours and thrown them into the one bag.
Beef burger and special sauce. What happens if you don't like sauce and you get one that takes... Because they're all mixed in there.
Well, everyone knows we're a bit saucy as it is, so...
That is our Geek Eats tonight. Later
Sure.
on in the show,
Yes.
we're trialling those. You got plenty of news.
I have got plenty of
I
news.
will be talking about the news that dropped today about DC Comics Future State, which is January and February, a thing DC Comics are doing where there won't be any normal comics for 2 months. But I will talk about that
great.
soon.
Scott said in relation to Animaniacs that it looked funny, but the animation was too clean.
You reckon it's apparently the same group of animators that are doing it? Maybe it's just because today we see it on higher def TVs and stuff like that. It looks...
Does it need to be 4x3? Do we have to crop the edges off the
Do we need to dust out our old TVs?
the old CRT, the big box televisions?
I watched a movie the other night and there was one of those in it. I went, oh my... Because no, sorry, not movie. It was Friends. It was Friends. And because, you know, we're talking, what, mid-90s, towards the end of the 90s?
Yep.
Their big screen...
Yeah?
Fucking...
Joey and Chandler's TV.
Yeah, but it was like that deep. It was huge, but the back end... And I'm like... Today, our TV at home, our brand new TV, is literally about that fucking wide.
It's not about the size.
It's about what you do with it.
I'm actually considering of redecorating my lounge room and
Are you?
putting in an old-fashioned CRT TV.
Oh, you're kidding
an
me.
old box TV. And putting a bit of VHS tapes up around it, all along the television.
Oh, now my soundboard doesn't want to work. Oh, now I'm upset. Carry on, Ginge. I'll try and fix something.
Oh.
Do you still own an old TV?
I've got about 4 of them.
What do you do with all those old TVs?
Well, they're I don't know. What do people do with old cars?
They collect them and they do them up. Can you do that with TVs?
Well, they still work.
Okay.
So.
My soundboard's shut itself.
Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, they want to do a new Mad Max movie.
Do they?
They want to do a new Mad Max movie. And they've got Chris Hemsworth lined up to be in it.
Oh, it's a spin out. It's Furiosa, isn't it?
Furiosa, so
But-
it's not actually Mad Max.
Charlize Theron not coming back for the lead role, different actress.
And then everyone's going, but there would be a way of her coming back if she was like telling the story. And
As
you're
a
like,
narrator.
But I mean, what?
Look, you and I saw that in Townsville a couple of years ago. One of the worst movies I've ever seen on the big screen.
I think I spoke about it a couple of weeks ago. I went back and I rewatched it because I've seen some makings of the movie, and I just went, you know what? I remember it being shit, but I'm going to watch it and give it another chance.
Was it still shit?
It was still shit.
We were two psyched up young fellas at Townsville going up to watch it. We're up there for a footy match.
Yes.
And we buggered off. Was that my Bucks?
Yes, it was your Bucks
It was
party
my Bucks
weekend.
party. And
You know what? We're going to go watch some Mad Max. It's going to.
We're like, yeah, and so we were keen for it,
Yes.
and then we've gone in, and it would have been so funny to film it. Two guys hopped up with their popcorn and their drink, like, yeah, and then when we came out, it was just this deflated, like, well, that was shit.
And I've walked out and I've grabbed me drink and I've thrown it to the ground and my popcorn. And, this is shit.
And then the girls looked at him. He's gone, I'm sorry, I'll pick that up now.
Yeah, one by one.
I'm sorry.
Look, I just
What's up?
they left. They went for a drive.
They got halfway there and
turned around and went back. That's
That was
the
the
movie.
movie. Oh,
there
I
was no twist. There was no. I just.
But George Miller's back for this one, isn't he?
He is. He
How
wants to
old
do
is
this
George
one.
Miller now?
I don't know.
He'd be 87, 80.
The bloke that played Black Manta in Aquaman is going to be in the new movie as well. Furiosa.
Paula, hello, Helen, who's tuned in.
Hey.
Paula said, "Is that all that happened on your Bucks party? What happens in Townsville? Paul stays in Townsville.
Ixnay on the Ux party A.
I was one of them guys, probably the only guys in the world that had multiple Bucks parties. We had, I threw it all up, wasn't it?
Don't stop telling people stuff.
No. I'm just saying
What
there
are
was
you doing?
three. There was three. We had the dry run.
We did. We had to do a test run.
We did Townsville.
Yes.
And then we did a bus tour around
Yes.
country pubs.
I really enjoyed that because it's something that I think we should do again now to try and
You've been saying
revitalise. Because what we did, if people don't know, is we got a minibus and then drove all around the pubs, all out in the regional areas.
Yeah, and it was what? Maybe the maximum was probably a 20-minute drive between some pubs.
Yeah.
And we stopped, and each one we'd have a couple of drinks. Some we'd grab nibblies, stuff like that. And you could see the publicans' eyes light up as soon as a group of us would walk in. And it was a great cash hit for all these little places. So instead of sitting in one place for a whole day, we spread our money around. And I'll tell you what, especially with COVID at the moment, here in Queensland we can still tour around little places like that. I did the wife and I took my dad out to Clifton.
Cool.
Went for a little drive out through Greenmount, Nobby, Clifton. Pulled up, had a look around Clifton, and went into the pub out there, one of the pubs, and just had a drink, and then went and bought lunch out there.
Which pub did you go to?
The Clifton Arms Hotel.
You didn't go to the Irish pub out there?
No, we did go across the tracks and show Dad where the Irish pub, and I don't know why I bothered, because Dad, when he was a younger man, I think he frequented quite a few of those pubs. But it was nice to go and spend time in little places, and at the moment, and we're saying it here too, it's like, fucking Amazon Prime Day was just, this week?
Yes, it
I think
was. Yes, it was.
The amount of small businesses I saw, we didn't do it. We don't draw attention to Jeff Bezos or anything like that. The fucking devil. No, there's no fucking legend. He sold his soul. He's a devil. Fuck you, Jeff Bezos and Amazon. In saying that, there were tons of stores, especially in America, who had what they call anti-Boxing Day.
Oh, really?
Kind of thing, like anti-Amazon Day. And they were saying, don't support the mega corporation that is, Amazon, that treats their workers badly. Come and buy stuff locally. Support local stores, especially in the current climate around the world where businesses are shutting left, right and centre, having to lay staff off. Support your small local businesses. Tons of bookshops in America. I know there was a lot of comic book stores in America. And also in the UK and throughout Europe, who were like, don't buy stuff through Amazon, come buy it at your local store, have a browse. And they were doing little deals, like buy a graphic novel and the second one's half price and all this kind of stuff. So we're trying to do stuff to encourage people to shop local, and that's what we keep saying here too. I promote other local businesses whenever I get a chance. If another business, and actually I'm going to give a shout out. another new local business hit the like button on the Kaboom page the other day. Spacies, which is have you been there yet?
I have.
I haven't.
It's a bar that's got pinball machines and video game arcades.
It's open up here in Toowoomba.
It has,
It's
yes.
where Skewers, if you're familiar with Toowoomba, down the back alleyway off Margaret Street, there. That's where Skewers used to be. There's a little building down there, so Spacies. It's an arcade bar.
Yeah, and they've also got a kitchen there. And I looked at the menu. They got burgers for like $7, so everything's really affordable.
Go Play Pennies, a couple of, what else was there? The stand-up arcade games?
Yes, they've also got an old school Nintendo, an old school
fucking
Sega,
awesome.
a GameCube.
Our kind of generation
Yes,
stuff.
I was playing a bit of Crazy Taxi.
Yeah.
Oh, that brought back some
I
memories.
bet it did.
Oh.
You and I do really good on Time Cop, isn't it? Where
Yeah.
we play...
They've got
where we play with each other on the game.
allegedly.
Why are you doing it up here like Devil's Oil?
Well,
What's
I'm just
that?
saying, Steve Bezos might want to.
Jeff Bezos! It's Jeff... Oh, now I'm even... Fuck him! We'll just call him the devil. Fucking Steve. You're thinking Steve Jobs. He's dead.
Sorry. Ixnay on the OBS J.
And he is probably down there with the fucking... You know?
Paul said, I've heard stories in response to your Bucks party.
Oh, I thought you were talking about other things we've been talking about.
They've got Daytona there as well.
I'm gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go along and check it out.
Yeah.
You've been there. I haven't been, but yeah, they hit like on Kaboom. So
Cool.
that's why me right now here giving a shout out to a new Toowoomba local business, Spacies. If you're into arcade games, pennies, all that kind of stuff, go check them on out. We actually saw one. We went to one in Townsville at the start of this year.
Yes. Was it called Empire?
You and I,
Just happened upon it?
we'd stumble out of the pub. We're going to go get some water to sober ourselves up. Wander up the street, and both of us went, "What the fuck's that over there?"
Is that what I think it is?
And it was downstairs.
And then next to it was...
there was something else. Oh, look, there's an arcade here. But it was downstairs.
Yeah.
Only comes open over night time, I think. Tons of cool pinball machines,
It
the old
was
stand-up
amazing.
arcade games.
It was amazing. They even had GoldenEye on Nintendo 64. Oh,
Do you
what
have,
the
do
hell,
you have a
man.
crack at that?
I had a go at it.
You
yeah.
did, yeah,
I did,
yeah. They even had foosball.
Yes!
Bobby Boucher would have been happy because that was foosball.
What's cool about the Spacies game in Toowoomba is they've got a Demolition Man pinball machine.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, with Wesley and
Fuck yeah.
Sylvester Stallone.
I love it. I love it. Yes.
Can I bring Trumpy onto the show for a second?
Do you have to?
So we all know that Trumpy had COVID,
Yes.
allegedly.
Allegedly, yes.
So whatever they pumped him with, it only took him a couple of days to get over it,
Yeah.
right?
Just a quick side note, I'm really pissed off that he named his kid Baron, because it would have been such a cool name for a son for me, Baron Bailey. That would have just been awesome. Just putting that out there. But anyway, go back to...
Does your wife know about this?
That's the first time she's heard about
Have you
it.
discussed it with her?
I'm going to get home and the locks will be changed.
Oh. Trumpy, when he walked out of the hospital, right?
Yep.
This was something that he wanted to do, right? But a lot of his advisors and everyone around him went, so much so that there was a big group meeting about what he wanted to do.
What
And
did
they
he
said,
do?
no. Remember the movie Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Yes.
Where Willy Wonka walks out of his factory and he's all, on his stick, and
then he
he's-
falls over and rolls.
All of a sudden, he's fucking I'm perfect.
There's no way Trump could have done that.
Trumpy wanted to walk out with the cane, and I'm about to die. I'm about to die. Rips open his shirt with a big Superman logo on his chest.
Oh, DC Comics would have been up in arms. AT&T.
He wanted to rip the shirt open and offer Americans a symbol of hope. That was his idea. All his advisors went, "Are you fucking serious?"
You know what? I'm actually going to say it's kind of a cool image, but just not him doing it.
Dude, come on. Like this guy, I can see that if you're a reality TV star.
Yeah.
But you're the president of the United States of America.
Anyway,
I
will he be for much longer? I am going to get in and talk about this DC Comics thing, okay? Now, remember what we said a few weeks and weeks ago about DC have...
it's interesting.
There's no retailer forum anymore, so we don't have a one-on-one communication with DC as retailers anymore.
Yep.
So we found out about Polygon, I think, was the site that dropped the news, and then we found out a bit more info today. So in January and February, DC are doing a publishing thing called Future state, and I am just going
It's interesting. I've seen some of the artwork throughout the week, and I'm
got to
just
shut the program down to show you. That is the teaser image released today. Yeah, can I get any closer?
Hey, don't cover up my entire head.
Oh, there you go. Is that better? There you go. So that is, as you can see, there's a number of different interpretations of classic heroes there. A couple of different Batmen running around and a couple of different Supermen running around. Now, what it is, so for January and February, all the regular DC titles are ending. Essentially just stopping for a 2-month hiatus.
What?
Right? You won't get your regular Batman or your regular Superman. I know, it's a bit weird.
What?
What it is they'll do there's a couple of 2-shots, like two-part, like 2-issue stories, and the rest are all 1-shots.
Yep.
And it's a thing where a lot of heroes find themselves in the future, or there are future versions of these heroes. So like Batman is dead, Bruce Wayne's dead.
Right.
There's a new Batman, which apparently is a person of colour. He's the one that you see with the full face mask.
Okay.
There's another Batman running around that looks a bit more hardcore, which everyone is saying, is that Damian or is that Red Hood running around? There's a futuristic Catwoman. Jonathan Kent is the Superman. Clark Kent has been exiled off the planet, so he's off in space in exile.
Who's coming up with these
ideas?
ideas?
There's a shot there where you see the Kingdom Come costume on him, but he's got this big slave collar around his neck.
Oh.
There's a new Wonder Woman. She is the gods choose a brand new Amazonian warrior from the Amazon rainforest. So she's the new Wonder Woman in it, and it's called Future State. There will be some things will spin out of this in the regular books. But it is essentially. Remember Convergence a couple of years ago when DC was moving from East Coast to West Coast, and it was just 2 months of these fill-in stories that kind of didn't mean an awful lot. That's what this feels like. It's essentially 2 months of like your regular books are on hold for 2 months. These are what's coming up. So what I've already had people go, well, how's this going to work?
Yep.
What comic shops like myself do, and what we did last time, is so that people have books coming in. If you get Batman regular, if you get Batman ongoing, you will get Batman Future State 1 and 2 for 2 months.
All right.
If you get Superman, you'll get Superman 1 and 2 for those 2 months. If you get Justice League, you'll get the Justice League Future State 1 or 2, whatever it is.
Okay.
There is a Nightwing book in there, written by an Aussie and drawn by an Aussie. So Nicholas Scott is doing the artwork.
Okay.
And Andrew Constant is writing it. Both Aussie creators, they're doing the Nightwing book. So there's some interesting creative teams listed on these books. There's more details yet to come out about it. There are 26 all up for the 2 months, I want to say. And yeah, we'll be doing a post on the Kaboom Kaboom Facebook page. There'll be more as more information comes out.
Cool.
You and I'll talk about it on future shows. But it broke today, and we're already getting inquiries. Some people going, how's this going to work?
How's it going to work?
Will I be getting these in my box regularly? It's like it's just 2 month fill-in, so you'll get them if you want other books that you don't normally get. If you go, geez, the Nightwing one looks cool, but I don't read Nightwing. Actually, there's a Robin Eternals, another one of the books.
Okay.
And it looks like Tim Drake as Robin, but he's been dumped in the future and he's on the run. So it looks pretty friggin' cool just from the cover alone. So there could be some meh in some of these books. There could also be some pretty good stories, but futuristic stories. So
Is there any reason behind the scenes for them
some of this,
putting stuff on hold?
Well, originally this was meant to be that 5G stuff we talked about, where they were going to replace a bunch of heroes with more people of different ethnic backgrounds and all that kind of stuff.
Just a bit of PC.
Which retailers said to Marvel did a few years ago, it fucking failed, don't you do it, right? And I think someone at DC finally did go, yeah, this probably isn't great. Mm-hmm. That was meant to be a year-long fucking thing. What? They've just gone, because you got to remember, by the time they pulled the pin on some of this, some of it was already in the works.
Yeah.
Halfway drawn, halfway written, stuff like that. So I'd say they've gone, can we salvage some of this, bring it out as just a 2 month event, and just go, here it is, future state, blah. And then if the reaction to some of this is good down the track, where people go, I really enjoyed that future version of Nightwing, the way they went, they could maybe start tweaking the book to go that way. Or that's the thought behind it. So interesting.
Maybe as a taste tester for other characters or other books for people. Maybe
it could be. Hello, Trudy, who's tuned in to watch as well.
Hey,
look, yeah, it's definitely something new. After dealing with DC shit all year as a retailer, a little part of me is just like, eh. As a fanboy, there is another part of me that started looking at the covers today and all that, and I'm going, I'm pretty
I don't
excited
mind the
on some
look
of this.
of that one.
The Dark Detective, which will replace Detective Comics for the 2 months. That version of... Actually, I'll see if I can find... keep chatting while I see if I can find...
Well, I was going to
cover.
go on to another subject, but just quickly, did you see that Gal Gadot and Patty Jenkins, since they're not doing Wonder Woman, they want to do Cleopatra?
Yes!
I just...
and it started a shitstorm.
It is a huge... But the woman that is writing the script, she did the script for Shutter Island.
Yep.
And I absolutely love that movie.
You were a
Shutter
big
Island.
fan of that, weren't you?
She also did work on Altered Carbon and Alita Battle Angel. So, yes, pretty good. Maybe not so much. But,
I
yeah.
don't know how good you'll be able to see that there. This is the best I can do with this image, I think. That is the where am I going? The 2 covers there for Dark Detective. It's a very interesting looking version of... Which way am I going?
No, I'm trying to point to it. I'm
Oh,
going the
okay,
wrong
there you
direction.
go. And like I say, there's talk that could be Jason Todd running around as dressed as Batman. So that's piqued my interest.
Yeah.
You reckon it is?
Yeah, maybe.
And-
It's also got a little bit of that Grayson when he was the agent kind of colouring to the suit.
Costume on it too.
Yeah.
His I'm showing off my lily white arms. The the tunic, the top part ends here, and his arms are bare down to a set of gloves.
Which is
So he's got this part.
which is very much a Robin costume, isn't it? You know,
It is.
Robin of the 90s.
And the helmet, like his ears.
You
are
can
showing.
see his ear, yeah.
His ears are showing in the helmet. So I'm like, go and have a look. Put in DC Comics Future State, and you'll see some of the covers coming up. You actually go to DC Comics own. It'll probably bring up to their own website. You can scroll through the covers. So yeah, very interesting things. I just wanted to show you that. More information as it comes to hand.
Scott said some stories that sounded great turned out to be crap. Looking at you, Doomsday Clock, and this sounds like crap, but it will turn out good. Time will tell.
Who knows?
Time will tell.
There were some gems in that Convergence stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of it was meh, but there were some gems in there. So there you go. Hello to Mark, who has joined
Hey,
us.
dude.
Hey, Mark. What else you got, Ginge?
I was just going to say, going back to Cleopatra, they're claiming that it's going to be an all-female behind the camera as well as in front of the
The
camera.
writer is female. The director is Patty Jenkins, and of course Gal Gadot.
And she's going to produce it as well.
They were saying there was a lot of controversy because some people are going, she should be black. Right? They're saying she was Egyptian. She'd obviously have African heritage. And then others are going, did you not read the history books?
Did you not know
She was of Greek heritage, right? And a little bit of Syrian, kind of, she'd be very Mediterranean, which Gal Gadot, being Israeli, has that Mediterranean look. So, yeah, look, it's going to be one of them films, no matter what they do, there's going to be a chunk of the population who are going to be very unhappy with Cleopatra, the movie.
I read one post that some bloke went, I can't believe this.
That's right, yeah.
Cleopatra was African American. We should have an African American actor. I'm like,
That
did you
was-
just
and they
read what you said?
They were dead serious when they put that person who commented. I didn't see that.
G'day to Ian tuning in. Thanks, Ian.
Hello, Amanda, who was tuning in as well. There we go.
We, there's so much brain twisting, hurting stuff news coming out this week.
What?
Robert,
Share the pain, Jim.
Robert Pattinson.
Oh, we're talking about
Really?
the Batman. The latest image you sent me today, it's a stunt man up on the... That's not actually him in costume.
No, it's not him.
It's a stunt
man.
guy, and he's up on top of a gargoyle or something?
It looks like it, yeah, on
to
top
jump?
of a huge building over there.
How did you describe it?
Sugar
glider.
He looks like a sugar glider. Look, it looks like one of those suits that they use to glide. But this looks.
It doesn't look like Batman.
I use the word comical in the fact that it looks stupid, crazy, funny. It doesn't look like it come from a comic.
It was channeling a little bit of Kite Man.
Yes.
Yeah? A little bit of Kite Man there.
It, Squirrel Girl, like could have.
She doesn't do that, I don't think.
But
does
she could in this dicky look. Look, it looks like I'm scratching my eyes out because I saw this image.
Hi, Fizz, who's tuned in as well.
Hey, I don't think there was a production designer on this movie because it looks so bad.
There has been more rumours of riffs on
Yes.
set. Now, it is about because the UK is about to go into about another 3-week shutdown or something like that due to COVID, right? So there's a lot of unhappy people, especially up in the north in Scotland. I know Mark Miller has been tweeting like crazy saying this is going to kill businesses and stuff like that. He's a very unhappy Scotsman, Mark Miller. Anyway, but I think it's Liverpool is where Trunk of the Batman is currently. It's moved from Scotland to Liverpool. It's done its Scottish shooting. It's down in Liverpool. And they're saying that there could be more delays, stuff like that. But there are also talks, riffs on set between the director and his star.
Yes.
There is this is not 100%.
However, the person that told that said this is an actual director
and is known for being pretty on the ball when they leak stuff. Hollywood News.
Yes.
They're saying that the whole thing about Robert Pattinson having COVID is actually allegedly
bullshit. Excuse me. Apparently,
Matt Reeves actually sent him home. They had a disagreement. He's not bulked up at all, and Matt Reeves has gone. You're too skinny and not believable enough to be in the role. And Patterson was like, James Dean didn't have to do it. And he's like, you're not James Dean. James Dean didn't play a superhero. Go the fuck home for a few weeks and bulk up. And he was sent home with trainers to...
And then he still didn't. He still didn't. And the problem is, the stuntmen are so big, and... What they're saying is Batman shrinks and is going to grow and shrink throughout the movie.
Very awkward because you do see that shot of and he's slightly emo looking Bruce Wayne, and then you'll see
he looks
a shot
very
of
gaunt in the face.
And you see a shot of a stuntman in the costume, and you go, "That's just not going to match up."
It's going to be the Hulk. He's going to as soon as he puts the suit. I don't know, man. Yes. So
it's there's also talk that he's hey Gary, who's tuned in as well.
Hey man,
good to see you, Gary. There is also rumours that there are rifts between cast members as well, whether Patterson's not getting on with Zoe Kravitz or Colin Farrell.
He looks amazing in that makeup. You can't tell it's him.
I like him as an actor.
Yes.
Too. I know it's a much maligned movie. But fuck the haters, I enjoyed Daredevil.
Fuck yes, as Bullseye?
Yeah, yes. He was Bullseye. And of course, Ben Affleck is the best Daredevil ever. I don't care what people say about, Charlie Cox in the Netflix series is superior.
Poppycock.
Ben Affleck all the way. All the way.
And who is the best Batman?
Hands down, Ben Affleck thus far.
I'm just saying, Ben Affleck's the best Batman.
Followed directly by Michael Keaton. We were talking today, a couple of us in the shop were saying about who would you cast as a grizzled old Batman in, say, a Kingdom Come kind of movie setting or whatever else.
Because we were all talking about it years and years ago about Clint Eastwood. But
who's the guy? Oh, shit. Gregory Peck?
Oh, yes.
Back in the day. When Wizard magazine in the 90s used to do their casting.
Yes.
They had Gregory Peck.
That would have been amazing back in the day.
But you know who I said today, and it come to mind straight away, I was like, boom, Kevin Costner.
Really?
I could see Kevin Costner playing
I'd go for
Bruce
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe?
No, Kurt Russell.
Oh, yep. Kurt Russell could do it.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell could do it. But the acting...
Not Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe could play Santa Claus now. Not.
Rusty's put on a bit of. Hey, I can't talk either. I've whacked on weight this year, but Rusty has thrown on quite a bit.
He did it for a roll. Let's just say he did it for a roll.
Yeah, a couple of fucking bread rolls.
Fizz said, "I agree. Ben is the greatest Daredevil."
Oh, yep.
And Laura said, "I love Affleck and Cox as Daredevil. Both great versions."
Fantastic. I'm glad you guys are with me on that one. Anyway, no, but could you not see Kevin Costner?
I could see Kevin Costner.
I'd love him as an actor.
I've just got a thing for Russell.
Kurt Russell.
Russell. I'm gonna shut my mouth now.
Have a drink, Ginge. Have a drink. Actually, speaking of Kurt Russell, he's back in the Christmas Chronicles too.
Yes, that trailer looks really good.
I fucking enjoyed the first one immensely. I thought it was phenomenal. And when Goldie Hawn rocks up as Mrs. And she's back for this one as well.
It looks like she got more prominent role in this.
Yeah. She's only at the tail end of the first one. Yep. This, it looks like she's
I remember you telling me that you're watching it going, no, they're not going to do it, are they? They're not going to have... Oh my God, they did it!
And I did that. I'm sitting there going,
oh, you remind me of the mum out of fucking The Nutty Professor. Hercules!
Actually, I'm going to tell a little story about the weekend.
Shit.
Right?
Oh, shit.
So, on the weekend, we're in Brisbane, and the lovely wife, we were over at Vicky Point. We were going to see her darling grandmother who's in care. And so we've done that, and then the wife goes, do you want to go up and finally get to Chumley Warner, which is a British fish and chip shop at Birkdale
You've
in
been
Brizzy.
hankering for this for months.
Yeah, because it's the only place that's got Scottish beer in Queensland, pretty much. And I was like, yep, let's go. It's a 20-minute drive, so we hit the road.
It's nothing.
Up to Birkdale, got up there, and I finally got deep-fried haggis and chips, and they do curries. You've been to Ireland. You were there briefly, very briefly. That's where I first had curry sauce.
Yes.
Yes. And it is
On your hot chippies.
Oh, it's phenomenal. It's as thick as gravy, isn't it? It's a thick.
Yes.
You dip your chips in it, or tip it over your chips. Anyway, so I have ordered. My wife was less than impressed when she sat down to taste it. So we got a thing of fries, a couple of deep fried haggises, and the McDonald's sauce, right?
Yep.
Oh my god! I'm sitting there and I'm breaking the deep fried haggis apart, and I'm eating the deep fried haggis and dipping a little bit of into the. And I'm there, and I've just got apparently the grin. My wife's like, "You look like you've died and gone to heaven," and I'm doing a happy dance. I didn't realise I was doing it, but I break it and I'll be like, get it, and I'd eat it and I'd be like, and she just lost it. She goes, "You are so fucking adorable when you are so happy about eating your Scottish food." Now, I didn't get a chance to actually sit and have a pint of the beautiful Scottish beer Tennent's, but they sell it in cans, takeaway. So I've got a 4-pack sitting at home for this weekend. I'm going to sit there and crack a few Scottish beers open.
Scott said James Caan could be a good old angry soup.
Ooh, I love James Caan as an
Yes.
actor. What's his Scotty Caan is the son, isn't it?
Is his son, yeah.
I like him as an actor too. I think he's good.
Going back to your food, Fizz said black pudding. Oh my god, yum.
Oh,
I fried up. I had a big English fry up, and I had the black pudding.
I didn't get an invite either, by the way.
There was just enough for myself and leftovers for myself. Laura said, I love seeing real couples on screen. Also, she watched the Fat Man trailer, by the way. That looks...
I thought you were talking about Wade and I. We're not a couple.
No.
But, yeah. These vicious rumours won't go away.
Persistently.
Oh, you got a little bit of stuff on your face
Oh,
there,
thanks.
boo.
Thanks, Dar. Yes, what did you... she said she wasn't quite sure about the Fat Man trailer. The Fat Man movie looks amazing with Mel Gibson.
We were talking about that this afternoon with a few
Yes.
others. A couple of people in our circle of friends hadn't seen it yet.
I can't believe it. We did it on the... spoke about it on the show last week.
What were these people doing? Not watching Geek Speak? What else you got for me?
Disney.
Yeah.
We spoke off camera this week about Disney, how they're changing their whole entertainment.
I didn't mention it last week, did I?
No. Just off the show we spoke about it.
Bob Chapek is the new head of... He took over Bob Iger's role.
He did, yep.
So he's the head of Disney. Now, what they came out, they've had a reshuffle with the way things are at Disney. Mm-hmm. So they've gone... Content creation is now a separate thing here, right?
Yes.
I'll do it at the camera. It's a separate thing here. So any of the movie studios, TV studios, esport, like the ESPN, all that kind of stuff, right? Disney Plus, blah, 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 blah. That's here. These people, all they have to focus on now is making the content, keeping up with current trends and demands of what consumers want to see, all right, and being adaptable. Don't worry about how you're going to get it out, because this group over here is distribution. So it comes down, and I think Marvel Comics comes under this content creation part as well. Marvel Studios, Marvel Comics, blah, blah, blah. I think they're any of the games companies they do, same thing. So anything that's content creation, here. Distribution, here. And the idea is these guys will work out how to market it, how to get it to consumers, be it books, video on demand, streaming services. At the bottom of that, way down the list, was movie theatres. And as part of his talk about this reshuffle, he was saying about it's got to be about value for shareholders, right? And streaming seems to be the way forward for value for for shareholders. Which was essentially a lot of people in the movie theatre industry just went, that's what we've been scared of. That was almost like the final nail in the coffin. Right? Because as soon as Disney pulls their stunt, you can imagine everyone else will be the same. Sony, Paramount, Universal, they'll all start going, you know what, same thing, we're going to go more streaming. Now, he hasn't said that they're going to stop movies coming out and going, but the theatrical release part of it will become less and less and less important, and it'll be more about getting it to the average punter out there, straight to your home.
Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus, and they've also got. They also bought out this huge streaming company that is India and Asia.
Was that
called
Star International?
Star International streaming service.
Because that's another thing. Because some people were going to Star International mean that where Disney have already got rights deals with other broadcasters, Star International could come in as a separate entity and actually broadcast the Disney stuff through there.
Yes.
So there's some people going, is that what's going to happen? Don't know yet, but it was very, very interesting. And like I say, it sent shockwaves through the movie theatre people.
Yes.
We've already got some of the American chains have appointed administrators, or they're real. Some of them, I think, are broke. They're going. That's it.
That company last week that said, you know what, No Time to Die is not coming out this week. That's it. We're shutting down the entire chain in America. I couldn't believe it.
They just hemorrhage money.
Yep.
And you've got to remember, too, where are most, even in Australia, our own home city is a perfect example. Where's the biggest cinema in Toowoomba? It's part of a massive shopping centre, right?
Yep.
That's the same around most parts of at least Australia and America. They're in the movie cinema is a chain that's part of a mega complex, which is part of a big shopping centre, where we know the rents are through the roof.
Skyrocketing, yep.
Right? They've struggled for a few years to make enough money. And I got told, and I got told by a few different people who work in that industry, that apparently the first 2 weeks of a movie coming out, a brand new release, the only money from that release that the movie theatre makes is on the concession stand.
Oh, shit.
They don't make any money from ticket sales. The money produced from those ticket sales goes to paying for that movie to be there within the first 2 weeks.
Wow.
So they don't get profitable off a lot of movies until the third week. So concession stand sales, people, you know, your fucking overpriced popcorn and your big thing of Coke.
No wonder I'm paying $37 for a drink this big.
Which is why, when they tried to ban it a few years ago, you couldn't bring outside food.
Yeah.
They saw a massive drop in people. People just went, if I can't bring my own bottle of Coke and a fucking packet of lollies in, that I paid $5 for at Coles, right? 3 doors down, and you want me to pay nearly 3 times that for a Coke and a packet of lollies, I'm not going to go to the cinema. And so they had to reverse it pretty quick. Remember, there was that thing. It was like, this is the new rules. Within about, less than 12 months?
You don't have to sneak everything in your giant handbag anymore.
Yeah, it's, single guys had it rough because we had to shove stuff down our jocks and fucking,
Wear a hat. How am I going to stick this in a hat?
You wore a massive overcoat stuffed with lollies in the middle of summer and people gave you funny looks.
You're like, how dare you have put on a little bit of weight over... Son of a bitch.
We all look like Silent Bob. But remember they overturned it really freaking quick.
Very,
and that was
very
right,
quickly.
because the concession stand is where these companies make their money in that first 2 weeks. It's so important. So you imagine you haven't got enough blockbusters to draw people. Fucking COVID. I don't know about you. I'm in no rush to go back and watch a movie.
People have been asking me because I used to go to the cinema all the time.
My butt imprint on our home couch has gotten really good because I'm sitting here watching our new TV and I'm comfy because I've sunk into that butt. We're going to get a new couch soon. I'm going to have to do this all over again and put a new butt crease in it.
Helen has made a great interjection. She said the challenge for cinemas now will be providing an overall experience, such as Gatsby, Star Wars, DC, etc., with costumes, themed food, cocktails. Yeah, interesting times. Yeah, that's what I was missing going to the cinema. It always felt like it was an event.
When we were
to
kids,
go to the cinema.
you were G'd up to go to the cinema, weren't you?
But now it's just...
Do you remember a couple of years ago, and this is now easily 10 years ago, and Jono, if he's watching at home, he was one of the ones we used to always go to Cheap Tuesdays.
Yeah.
We saw so many, nearly every Tuesday
Nearly
in
every
a month,
week, yep.
we would go and watch a Cheap Tuesday movie.
Yes.
And, we watched shit tons of stuff, and then they kind of did away with Cheap Tuesday a little bit, or they jacked the prices up.
It just changed the whole demographic of going to the cinema.
It did. Mark has put, have Disney forgotten the dollars they've made off theatrical releases over the last couple of years? It seems they have, or the bean counters at Disney have gone...
They seem to have looked at the paperwork and gone, you know what? Streaming is where it's at.
As much as we do hate to admit it, all these companies at the moment, because they're all conglomerates, they all are communication companies as well. AT&T, their primary thing is communication. They are pushing the digital route, home streaming, and we, the consumer, have allowed it because we've become lazy, haven't we? We really freaking have. We sit there and go, I just want to sit at home and binge watch it. Mulan is another one. It's $30 extra to get it through Disney Plus. It's like a Disney Plus Premium or whatever, right? There were tons of people who went, $30, I could sit here, I've got 3 kids and the wife, and that's 5 of us for $30. Cheaper than going to the cinema, boom, done. You get enough people doing that, fucking Disney is still going to make their money. You know?
Paul said, but you're not going to pay for 6 different streaming services. Well, some people do. Some have multiple streaming services.
We're lucky. We do share one of them with. We share with our Denny's parents.
Should you be admitting to that?
No. Yeah. No, we have because you're allowed to have multiple people on it.
Oh, okay.
So we share our logins. So we're allowed 2 or 3 devices with some of them. So I'll have a sign in for a device. We have the one, mine we use at home. Denny has hers because she watches some stuff in bed on the iPad.
Yep.
And then her parents will have our third login. And vice versa. So Stan, we use their login for Stan, one of their spare logins. Disney Plus, they log into ours because it's quite funny.
I still think you're incriminating yourself.
No. You got your little avatar. So Denny's got, I think it's the little the blonde chick out of Tangled.
Okay.
I'm Iron Man, and then my mother-in-law is Yoda. Right, the child. It's the little, not Yoda. It's the baby, from the Mandalorian,
Yoda.
Baby Yoda. And it was kind of like, this is the wrong avatar for your mum. Yeah.
Does she know? Has she even?
She didn't said it. I think Danny said it. I'm like, your mum's gonna kick your butt when she sees
when
that
she finds
avatar.
out what it,
But yeah, so that's what we do as a family. We swap logins, or share. We share logins. But still, we have Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, Stan that we share with the in-laws. So we don't pay for that one. The lovely wife has Binge for the next 9 months due to her getting her new phone. Okay. And then we've got that. Is it Quibi, whatever it is?
Yes.
We're not paying for it though.
How many? What are you up to now? You're up to 8 now.
No,
I think.
6 or 7. Yeah.
Oh, we've just gotten a message. Interactive television.
My wife said, Mum set the avatar because she thought it was cute. So there you go. Apparently my mother-in-law did actually choose the Baby Yoda.
Mark said about Cheap Tuesdays. Tight Ass Tuesdays is what we called it. Yes, I think everyone called it.
But Mark, did you go and watch more movies when they were when you could pay less? And we did, and I said, Jono, he's watching. I know he says
In his house.
We saw so many movies and we normally wouldn't see, didn't we, Jono?
Yes.
Because you just go, what's on this week? What's the Cheap Tuesday movie? Such and such. I'll go watch that for, what was it, $9, $8?
And
a ticket, something like that.
When I was living down the Gold Coast, it used to be $5 to go see a movie.
Jono said, Amazon Prime, you give money to the devil. My wife pays for that one because I refuse to.
I'm sorry, what's his name?
The devil, Jeff Bezos. Oh, Satan, forked tongue one.
Why am I thinking Steve Bezos?
It's fucking Steve Jobs. You combine it. They're both fucking devils, and you combine them into one.
What I'm thinking is of an actual bezel. You know, like the edge on
Bezos.
Yeah, but
I'm
thinking of a bevel. That's all I can think of when I think of that guy.
Beveled edge.
He needs a bevel in that
Beveled
head that he's got, just a little chunk out of it.
He went through a divorce. He lost half his fortune, and he's still the richest fucking man in the world. What's he going to do with it? Is he going to fucking try and colonise the moon next or something like that?
Fucking should!
No, don't give him fucking ideas, because then he'll charge us for moonlight. You'll have to have an Amazon Prime account, moon account, to be able to get fucking moonlight.
He'll do like Buddy in The Simpsons and put a big dish between the sun and the earth. Put the entire earth into shadow.
Fuck you, Jeff Bezos, you devil.
You fork-tongued.
You fork-tongued motherfucker. Is that air conditioner working? I'm hot here tonight. I'm waiting for a shot to come out of that window.
You'll be watching us, and all of a sudden there'll be a laser to it.
Jeff Bezos will have me bumped off.
Yeah, take them out. Yes, take both of them out. Fizz has said, "What about Mel Gibson as a suit?" Mel Gibson. Yes.
I know he's in trouble. I know Mel's a controversial person.
Hey,
person.
He's a great actor.
He's a great actor, and I fucking love him. I always have.
If he wanted to be in one of our movies, if he wanted to be on the show, I'd let him sit in on the show.
How do you think I got the gig of co-hosting with this fellow? I called him Sugar Tits.
I took it as a term of endearment. Thank you very much. If you call me Sugar Tits, hey, I'm yours.
No, just literally, it's because you were eating a fucking, what do you call it, powdered donut, and you had fucking sugar. I went, hey, Sugar Tits. Right? To which Ginge looked at me and went, oh, hello to you.
Thank you very much. I do what I can.
Gingy. What else you got for me?
Scott just said, it's dragon bait. He has it in a massive pile in a cave, trying to lure drug... red dragons to his side.
I fucking and Jono said billionaires should not exist in a great world. Jono, you were dead right. Everyone would be on equal footing, but we don't live in utopia, sadly.
I think it's time to get the Geek Eats happening, but just quickly, while we get that sorted, did you see that Ridley Scott is going to team up with Joaquin Phoenix to do a Napoleon movie?
I'm guessing Joaquin Phoenix is
He's
playing
going
Napoleon.
to play Napoleon, yes.
I'd watch it.
They last worked together in Gladiator 2000, and they both have 4 Oscar nominations.
Oh, really?
So maybe they'll.
It could be a hit.
Hey, Napoleon though.
I'm going to open this week because you've opened the last couple.
What? Oh, it was an easy one. Why is it always difficult when I try to open? Oh, I don't know.
Does it smell like a burger to you?
It smells like gravy. Do you get that?
Well, I'm getting a hint of like your McDonald's special sauce. Little hint there.
Well,
It smells like a McDonald's carton, like a Big Mac carton that's been left in the car for a week.
yes,
in the hot sun.
yes. It's not fresh.
These are duos, right? These are Smith. Yes, Smithers. Remember the gobble? Smithers.
Now, if you don't know what we're doing, you're way too young.
Jono was probably sitting at home because he's British. Going,
we
what the fuck happened to those two? Right? I can't do it in a British accent, Jono. Smithers. Everyone at home remembers the Gobbledock, don't they?
Gobbledock.
I want to see tons of thumbs up right now if you remember the Gobbledock. Come on, thumbs up. Where is it? Come on, people.
No one remembers Chippy.
I don't think anyone does. Oh, well, screw all of it. No. Chippies. Anyway, these are duos, so it's beef burger and special sauce, so you don't know which one you're going to get. When
Oh, we're getting thumbs up! Hey!
Hey! There's a love heart there, too. It's for the chips, not for you and I. So this is random.
But you can see, if you look in there, you can see that there's
Some
two
are darker
different types
than
of chips. Should you get one of each and
Well,
combine it?
try it. Try one each separately first.
Okay. Well, that one looks like that one. That one looks like. Oh,
I think you've got the same fucking chip.
I think one side is dark and one side's not.
Yeah.
What side? Which one are you going first?
Oh, I don't know. I think they look all the same to me.
Okay.
I'm just going to try one. I don't know what the fuck that was.
It's got like a barbecue taste to it.
Second one was the sauce, the special sauce. I don't hate them. They're not horrible.
Maybe if we grab a handful and throw them in at the same time.
Jono said, what the fuck happened to those two? Jono, there was an ad or an advertising campaign for Smith's Chips back in the 80s and very early 90s.
Yes.
And it was a little alien kind of thing called the Gobbledock. And what he thrived on chips, Smith's Chips. And the way he used to, the only thing he ever said was, surprise! Right, like that. And so he'd steal the packet of chips, and so the family would be driving along in the car, and he'd pop. Bit of a horror thing, really, because he'd pop up in the back of the car, and the family wouldn't know, and his hand would come over, and he'd grab the fucking Smith chips from the kids in the back seat. Right?
Now that you think about it.
That's pretty fucking horrible when you think about it, the Gobbledock. He could have been a fucking horror character. Maybe we should do a reimagining and do him as a horror character. But anyway.
I do remember that they brought him back in the 2000s.
Very briefly, I don't think it
he
worked.
was a completely different sculpt and he looked fucked up.
I don't think he even said chippies properly, did he? Anyway, Ginge, duos, Smith.
You know what?
Oh, cool,
out of the chippies that we have tasted, you know what? They're probably the pick of the lot.
Very close to almost a barbecue chip.
Yep.
But you do get the odd one where you go, that tastes like that tastes like McDonald's special sauce.
Yeah.
That's sitting in the back of the throat. I've got a crumb down there. There you go. We'll just give it out of 5. Five fingers.
You know what? I'll give it a 4.
4? I'll go 3.
Huh?
I'm 3. I was going to do a 3.5. 3.5.
I'll give it 4.
Surprise! There you go.
Can I bring your attention to an old friend of ours, Dr. Disrespect?
Oh, we talked about him weeks and weeks and weeks ago because he ended was it Twitch. He was a Twitch streamer, wasn't he?
Yeah, so he's gone back to YouTube. So, what's happened? You can now play as Dr. Disrespect in a new computer game that is absolutely free to download and play.
Yeah.
The game is called Rogue Company.
Yeah.
It's a third-person shooter.
Ooh.
So the camera is behind, watching the character run around and shoot everyone up.
Yep.
And the company came to him to get, the authorization to make him a character, and they got him to actually build a map that you can play, and it's called the Arena. And he said, and he said it's inspired by Dr. Disrespect's streaming headquarters.
Yeah.
So if you want to check it out, go check out Rogue Company. It's a free game to download.
For the gamers at home, and I know if my nephews ought to not be watching this. If my sister's doing naughty, don't let the kids watch this show. But they are huge Dr. Disrespect fans. And
Are they?
I had to ask my fucking young nephews one day. I said, hey guys. Yeah, Uncle Todd. This is me. I sound like such an old. Hey kids, what's the cool thing that's happening today? I said, hey, you guys know Dr. Disrespect? Yeah, Dr. Disrespect, he's cool. We watch his videos. Right. I'm like, oh, okay. Why was he booted off Twitch? Oh, none of us know, Uncle Todd. I'm getting like fucking enlightened by.
They still don't know.
My primary school age nephews going, oh, Dr. Disrespect used to be cool because he do blah blah blah, and I'm just going, I have no idea what these kids are on about.
And then you're like, do you remember this?
and then the kids looked at me and went, there's something wrong with Uncle Todd. He had a stroke.
Just like what Jono thought we just had.
It's a worry. Yes.
Army Hammer
Yep.
wants to do a sequel to The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Oh,
Did you
really?
ever see that movie?
The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
I need to go home
Yeah, we
and
watched
watch that
it,
with Henry Cavill.
A year ago, the wife and I watched that. I think I quite enjoyed it.
It's a Guy Ritchie film, so I need to go home tonight and watch The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
It's good.
Because I went back and rewatched the trailer and I thought, shit, why didn't I not go see this at the cinema? I don't
know.
understand why I didn't go see it at the cinema.
You should have. I can't get my soundboard back. I was going to get our soundboard back for the end of the show, and it just ain't going to happen. Hello, Troy, who's just tuned in.
Hey man, thanks for joining in.
Nice to see you, sir. What else you got for me?
And I want to
Want to break free?
bring your attention for the second time in 6 weeks.
Yep.
Pilots landing at LAX airport.
Yeah, I thought this was bullshit when you first brought it up with me, but it's true.
Okay, 6 weeks ago, I brought up the fact that someone had seen a man wearing a jetpack at 3,000 feet.
And you were like, it's a fucking Rocketeer!
He's real! They've now had a second report
Yep.
at LAX.
But this time he was how high?
He was at 6,000 feet. All right, now to put this into perspective,
Yeah.
that is 1.8 kilometers in the air.
Now, I'm assuming, and I know Jono, he's a physicist and a science teacher. Can you tell me, the air up at that height would be pretty fucking thin. You'd have to have a breathing apparatus and that, wouldn't you, to be able to get enough oxygen? At 1.8 kilos, 1.8 Ks in the fucking air?
So 1,800 meters in the air.
Yeah.
Planes usually fly at 35,000, so he was well below at 6,000. But
Yeah, but still, the air would have to be thin for the average, and it wouldn't be cold as hell that high up. Still.
all I can imagine is, what the fuck is he doing that high? Like, I thought 3,000.
Now, obviously, that's got to be illegal. Is that illegal?
Yeah, oh, well, definitely at the airport. But I wouldn't have thought that flying without a parachute, maybe? I don't know. I'm just saying.
You have to think that, I'm sure, because I know here in Australia, you only own a certain amount of space above the roof of your house or your building. That is your airspace. Anything above that is actually owned, but it's government airspace or whatever.
And like, if you're flying a drone that high, you're in the shit because the government wants to know if you're in a flight path, right?
Yeah.
He was at the fucking airport. He was in a flight path. Why would you do that?
Is there any images of this guy?
There's no photos yet.
You're hoping he looks like the Rocketeer, though,
Oh,
don't
fuck yeah. If he just looks like some fucking milk carton strapped to his back, I'm going to be very upset.
Did you see the story this week as well about the Japanese are testing flying cars?
Yes.
I think I sent it to you, didn't I?
You did. Yes.
So at the moment, it's a single-person flying car. It can go so many meters off the ground and hover and move and everything. So it's like it's like a drone blown up that can fit a person.
Exactly.
on.
Imagine a ride-on lawnmower
About the
with
size-
propellers.
4 propellers,
Yeah.
and they move and bank, and it can.
So essentially, it's a giant drone.
The thing at the moment is the battery capacity to make it viable, right? Even just for one person, for the flight time for it to be anything useful around a city, right? And I'm talking only short, jolts to and from work or
Yes.
whatever else.
Yep.
The battery capacity is not there at the moment, right? But they are getting better and better and better. So the Japanese reckon it's only another 3-4 years away, and
Flying cars.
There should be a commercial. It'll be for billionaires or whatever. Fucking Jeff Bezos, the devil. He'll buy fucking 10 of them because he's a.
You know what?
Bastard
I'm not going to buy it. You know why? Unless it goes. If it doesn't make
Like
that
the
sound
Jetsons.
effect, if it doesn't make that sound effect, I don't want a flying car. It has to make that sound effect.
Actually, John, I was just saying, thin air but doable. People skydive from higher.
Well, there you go.
So I thought, yeah, it'd be doable, but it would be thin, wouldn't it? It'd be like climbing up a big fucking mountain and stuff like that. Paul said, I think planes dropped to 10,000.
10,000 feet.
No, it is 10,000 in my eyes.
If they've got a problem.
If they've got a problem.
So he's still underneath that at 6,000.
Yeah.
But
But still, I mean, like, that's a fucking fair way up.
like, if he jumped from 4 meters up, it'd fucking hurt.
Oh, no. At 6,000 metres up, that rocket pack cuts out and you plummet, you're a fucking...
Like, the last
splat
thing
on the
that's going to
ground
go through your brain
is your arsehole. Right? We all know that's going to happen.
I'm glad you set that up. I set that up, and you're just going to leave me hanging?
Oh.
You're just
That's pretty bad.
gonna-
Anyway, what was I saying? About the Japanese, with the commercial
Flying
thing.
car.
About 3 to 4 years away, they reckon, right? But this brings me to an interesting point. I got a mate who's a bit of a tech head.
Oh, okay. Not me?
No, not you.
someone
He
else?
came in this week and he was telling me that Elon Musk has apparently had plans for a couple of years. So vertical takeoff planes,
Yep.
right, which could travel, and he was saying that they'd almost be able to go. What was the Concorde? They were sonic, subsonic.
So
Well,
Mach something?
they made sonic boom, didn't
Yep,
they? Right.
yep,
So probably not quite like that, but they could be pretty fast.
Okay.
Zero fucking jet because it would be all electric, right? So they'd be pretty fucking quiet. And you could land vertically, take off and land vertically. Now, Musk has got the plans. The big thing holding him back is battery capacity, like enough battery.
Yep.
And the batteries have got to be able to be charged quick enough, so you can't have a plane fly from, say, New York to London and then sit there for 24 hours charging up before it can fly back. It has to be a little bit quicker. But yeah, the big thing is battery capacity.
Okay.
Right? And can you imagine how many airports around the world don't need... if this becomes a thing... we're living in the fucking future, right? Give us another 20 years, they will be flying fucking electric planes around the world.
Yep.
You don't need big long runways for planes to come in and take off on. It will just be fucking...
Vertical takeoff. Yep.
And off you go again. So imagine regional areas could open up. Island nations that traditionally struggle to have big runways, stuff like that. You could just be landing these things anywhere. And I'm sure the military, you're right? I'm sure the military... Have you been poisoned by the Russians?
I think I've
It's Jeff Bezos
I've got a
poisoning you.
red dot somewhere.
You fucking horn devil, Jeff Bezos. You right?
We do this for our own enjoyment, not for
Yeah.
anything else.
No, we're not getting paid. Anyway, could you imagine being able to fly? Even because we're talking about it, and I find this stuff fascinating. So I was riffing on it with Brett when he was telling me. And I said, could you imagine if you could halve a flight time, say Sydney to London, and do it around about even what is it now? 22 hours if you go
Yes.
direct.
Yeah.
That's from Perth. Perth to London is 22, I think. If you could go Perth to London in say 14 hours,
Yeah.
that would still be phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
I'd fucking do
I'm
that.
in.
That's
I'm in.
flying Brisbane
I'm
to
in.
LA, isn't it?
I'm walking to Perth if that's how long it's going to take.
That defeats the purpose of the whole trip. Alright? But imagine doing that. If you could knock it down to about 14 hours to fly from Australia
Yes.
to fucking London, oh my god.
Once COVID's over.
Imagine being able to go to fucking, let's say, Brisbane to Los Angeles in 6.
Yes. Now that would be a game changer.
That would be a game changer. So I think that is the future, and it makes me excited because I'm like, this stuff that we've grown up reading in sci-fi books, comic books, stuff like that. Go back to the 60s. Look at the fucking gear they had there, which we now take for granted. Do you know what I mean? These things that were inspired, and the people who build these things say we're inspired by science fiction, the stuff we've read for years.
What about the Dick Tracy watch?
You got it. It's an Apple
It's an Apple Watch.
My wife pays for our fucking dinner some nights with this thing on
A Dick Tracy watch.
Yeah.
Damn.
No, well, hers is an Apple Watch, but anyway.
Oh,
I still can't get my soundboards packed in.
well.
Upset.
Entirely upsetting.
What else you got for me? We're getting to the tail end of the show here,
Tail
buddy.
end of the show. We were talking about The Boys.
Yep. I haven't finished watching
I know you
have.
haven't watched this series.
Don't you ruin it.
But we already had dropped the information that Jensen Ackles was going to play Soldier Boy in season 3.
Yes.
Talk is that his entire team from the comic, the team that's called Payback,
Yeah.
are going to be reintroduced in season 3. The characters' names are Tech Knight,
Yep.
Mind Droid, Crimson Countess, Eagle the Archer, which we've already seen, and then Stormfront is in that team in the comics.
Stormfront's already been brought into season 2.
So what they're saying is maybe there's going to be World War II flashbacks.
Scott has said, love Jensen Ackles, sploosh. And of course, my darling wife is a big fan of him as well. John has said the average elevation of the country Kenya is 2,500 feet to give an idea of livable conditions with that type of air. There you go. So this one I knew I'd throw it to the man who studies science and teaches science because he's a legend. There you go. We have talks about future stuff. Like Jono is a physics man, right? So we've talked about
What
time
you,
travel.
Really
We've talked about time travel.
What we're saying is he's smart.
He's a smart man.
Smarter than us.
Yeah, well, by anyone fucking is. Apart from Jeff Bezos, you fucking horn devil. Someone's going to rip this and it'll go as a fucking meme, I'm sure.
An animated meme that you can send to Bart.
But no, Jono and I do have these fantastic discussions sitting here talking about the potential for time travel and what would have to... And it blows my mind every time we sit and have a talk about it. And then I've got another mate who is big into the whole ancient civilizations about that.
Ancient aliens?
Well, not aliens, but people... There has to have been civilizations that were potentially here.
Yes.
Way before what we recognise now and were wiped out by some cosmic event. Because there are little things that still exist that you just go, modern man can't work out how the fuck we did that.
What's it called? The Acathera device? They found
it
it
the
underwater.
computer
It was like a mechanical computer.
Yeah.
And they still don't know how it was made.
Shit fascinates me. And then the guy in me, the frustrated artist creator in me goes, I would love to turn some of this stuff into films or comic books, right? I can't draw for shit. I can write scripts and I've written movie scripts and everything else, but fucking the stuff we need, man. Yours and my budget for these films probably we couldn't do it.
I might have to do a little bit more overtime to afford it.
I think you would have to. Start doing it, bitch. Start doing
Son
it.
of a bitch!
But I love talking to these guys. So with Jono, I'll talk about the future and science.
Yep.
With another mate, Steve, we talk about the potential, what was it, the cool, far past, and what do we as man know today? And I look at it and go, this is all stuff that would make great fucking comic books.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
saying.
Laura said that yes, they totally approve Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Oh,
It got a pretty bad rap at the time, and we were surprised at how much we really enjoyed it. All right, I'm gonna go watch it tonight.
I just want to give a little shout out to Laura, right? Laura's been watching us from day one of this year of Geek Speak, essentially, tuning in, her and Scott.
And
Laura,
I'm surprised you're not sick of us by now.
Laura has launched, and she's going to make it public later on this week, I think, a great little crafty Facebook page with Laura makes geeky craft stuff.
Cool.
Sweet Geek, I believe. We'll have to try and get when it goes live, we'll give a little shout out here on Geek Speak.
Cool, man.
So it's cool to see one of our local fans launching her own little geeky side business, making cool little geeky craft things. So 2 thumbs up and congratulations, Laura, from the crew here at Geek Speak. So there you go.
Todd said that we're going to need to end off the show, the season.
Soon.
Soonish.
Soon.
And I said, what about our fans? And then Todd goes, I think Scott and Laura will understand.
I'm so disappointed that I had some cool outro things and that for the soundboard tonight.
Oh, wow.
Because what happened, our speaker went dead. I've plugged it in, but I don't think it's working, Ginge. I think it's...
30% charge.
It says 30%.
Oh.
So...
You're going to spend the rest of the show going, bunt?
No, what I'm going to do, maybe if I search for the one I really want again, and just... It's back, baby!
Comics is where we are.
Don't forget, www.kaboomcomicsaustralia.com is the website here if you want to support the business that brings us Geek Speak every week. That is how you do it. Good old Kaboom! Comics and collectibles. This is one for you. I was going to... Oh, no. That's decided it's going to crap itself.
The time just comes up on the screen.
I played this for him before, and I swear he squeed.
16th of October, 2020, 7:35 p.m. All I can imagine is that down the bottom corner of the...
Is that all you could come up with, was it?
Wow.
I'm glad I got my soundboard back for the end of the show. Ginger, anything else you want to tell the punters at home before we sign off for the
Scott
week?
just said we will never get tired of you guys. This was a great way to spend the tail end of our 5th wedding anniversary.
Congratulations!
Congrats!
It's my sister Kate, if she's watching. Happy anniversary to her and her husband. 16 married years together. You could have bumped him off and been out of jail by now.
Exactly. What the hell, man?
And you know, Danny and I celebrated today our 7th anniversary of us actually first date to now. 7 years today. And we're coming up on our 5th wedding anniversary in December as well. So Scott and Laura got married in the same year, so we share a bit of an anniversary there.
Last week, my parents celebrated their 42.
Well done. And we've got my parents coming up in a couple of weeks, 50 years together, which my dad keeps saying. He could have been out of jail multiple times had he bumped Mum off. But then I look at Mum and go, Dad, you couldn't have. She would have poisoned your food fucking years ago. 50 years. You and I have been together as mates for how long? 20-something?
And my only anniversary is that it's been 10 months since I've had a kiss.
You ain't getting one tonight.
Damn it! I'm setting these, I'm popping it up in the air like that volleyball scene from Top Gun.
And
you
just punching the fuck down.
And you just go, no, I'm not
No.
touching it.
No.
No.
Lovely.
And we can build this thing together.
Anyway, any quick
Stand
questions
strong.
before we sign off?
We probably shouldn't do any karaoke.
No. So Bridget said put Laura's link up. We will. As
We
soon as
will.
it goes live, we will share that and plug that for Laura. As I said, make sure you do head along and let me just find it here again. Head along and support the place that supports Geek Speak.
I don't
Oh,
know.
you son of a bitch.
You and technology, it doesn't work.
Comics and collectibles. And it's time to sign off. We're going to leave you tonight, folks. My co-hostess with the mostest.
Wake ups onto the pots and pans, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much to Kaboom Comics.
I have been your host, Todd Bailey, and it's time for us to leave you.